Hello and welcome back to Russian with Nastya. Today I'm going to share with you how I learned new words and idioms in English, Romanian and German languages. You might know some of my methods already, but some might be new. Tip number 1 is to learn most used expressions, words and idioms first. Don't waste your time on learning words you're not using in your everyday speech. When I learned about this tip a few years ago, there was also an advice to record your speech during the day or to write down all the phrases, words and idioms you're using and to learn them in your target language. I did that in German, and after a few months of doing that, I started to understand almost 50% of what people were saying in talk shows and in movies. I will leave all the links for my videos with most used phrases, words, expressions, idioms, and phrases with every topic you can think of. If you have a little bit of experience in learning a language, you probably figured out this tip by yourself already. It is much efficient to learn new words in sentences, in a context. Your brain will make a connection between a word and the context, and it will be much more easier for it to store it in your long-term memory. A lot of you guys have written me about this method that you are using, and I was using it a lot too. This method is about music. Sometimes it can be really challenging to find music you like in your target language. So if you know some great German songs, please share them in comments. What is great about songs is that, first of all, it is fun and relaxing. Listening to songs will improve your listening skills, your pronunciation skills, and of course will expand your vocabulary. Because if you like the song and enjoy listening to it, for sure you will want to know what it is about. I will leave the links for all my videos with Russian songs collection in the description box below. Another interesting tip is to learn words in pairs. Some of Russian words you must learn in pairs, like verbs. You learn the perfective and imperfective aspects because you will need them to speak Russian correctly. But what about nouns, adjectives and prepositions? For example, if you learn the word высокий, why not to learn the opposite, низкий? Also, you can make a sentence. It could be very silly, it doesn't matter, as long as it will help you memorize it. For example, заяц низкий, а волк высокий. The next tip I was using with the Romanian language. I went to Romanian college and these were my first days. I was looking in my textbook and I understood nothing. I just took a dictionary and I started translating each word in Russian and writing it above the Romanian word. So I did that for all my classes. I was translating all the words and sentences and I was learning them by heart to be able to tell my teacher what was that chapter about. That was tough, but in just a couple of months I was already speaking Romanian, and at some point I started to understand all the words and texts, and I was using my dictionary less and less. Number 6 is of course to talk, and my example will be with English language because I didn't have anyone to talk to in English. And I know that a lot of you guys are in the same situation that I was. So what did I do? I started to comment everything I was doing in English, but not out loud, of course. Basically, I was thinking in English. It is really like a habit. So you just have to get used to thinking in Russian. Sometimes you will forget and you will think in your native language, but when you remember, you just have to go back to Russian. At some point, you will so get used to it that it will be something normal for you. And when you do that, you can figure out quickly what are the words you haven't learned yet and the words that you use in your everyday life, but you didn't learn them yet in Russian. You can search for new words on the internet or just write them down and learn when you have time. Also, this method will help you in your speaking skills because it is very hard to speak one language and think in another. It is recommended to think in the same language that you are speaking. Number 7 worked pretty well for me with the German language. It is called the association technique. I made some videos in which I help you memorize Russian words using this technique. What is it about? You look at the Russian word and you try to find something similar in your native language or in another language you know. For example, son in Russian is сын. It reminds me of an English word сын. And let's make a sentence with these two words in a way to remember the Russian word сын. For example, my son made a scene in a store. Or a phrase you probably know, я люблю вас, yellow blue bus. And a sentence, I said I love you in a yellow blue bus. So try doing that because it's fun and useful. Sharing comments your techniques. I'm very curious to find out about something new and powerful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Connect with me on all my social medias. I've got Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Спасибо за внимание. Чмоки-чмоки.